a new a new way of recording and filming. This actually my first episode filming in my new studio. I just built a studio. You dig? Yeah, believe that. I appreciate it. And today, man, I got somebody so special in the gaming community. I'm glad to have this brother here, man. This man has sat down with Denzel Washington, Deion Sanders, Ricky Smiley, I don't even want to name drop like that, but that's just the name of few. This man really is engraved in the hip hop and gaming community. You dig? Today I have
At first they was blind, I think they finally see. I do not care what they talking, it does not bother me.
the hip hop gamer. What's up, brother?
Yo, you already know what it is, baby. Gotta spin a chain on that too. You know what I'm saying? Game heads in the building. Let's get it. You know what I mean? Let's go. So I appreciate you having me on. You know what I mean? Let's
Yes,
get
sir.
to it,
Let's
dog.
get it. My first question I got for you is where you from, brother?
Yo, East New York, Brooklyn, son. And
Bro-
it's crazy because like growing up in the 80s, it was a very, very, very different time. You know what I'm saying? So, but I love my hood, love where I come from. And from time to time, I visit, like East New York. I show it to my son so he could kind of, see the roots, where I came from and everything like that too. But I'm thankful that I don't live there, you know what I'm saying, no more.
Facts.
But that's still home. It's still a part of me. It helped me grow. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot. But yeah, East New York, Brooklyn, son. Like Brooklyn for life, baby.
For sure. Yeah, that accent strong, strong. I just ain't know exactly where you was from. That's
Oh
why I
yeah,
had to
yeah.
ask that question. Like I know it's from New York, somewhere east for sure. The accent strong. First off, before I even ask you another question, brother. First off, I want to commend you for like always incorporating like the gaming, the way you do it. Like your style is ill. Like I really watch the way you like interview people, and I like when you always ask them that question, like, um, if you could see yourself inside a game, what game would it be? And what's the character? Like that question to me be so ill. It's like I just like your style, the way you approach things. You know what I'm saying? And
Thanks, man. Well, what's interesting because of all the different types of people that I speak to, you never know what type of answer like you're gonna get. And then also a lot of them never even been asked a question like that before. So my content is similar to Fortnite. I'll give you an example what I mean from a business standpoint. So my show, my content, my interviews is also designed to be a platform. So if I ask a question and based off the answer, I'm actually in position to make those things happen because of who I am and the relationships that I got. You understand what I'm saying? So
right,
that's why I always ask like certain questions because if you ask it, I can make a phone call and potentially make that happen. And there's something that's already being done right now that I can't speak on, but you're going to see it next year. And it's based off of one of my interviews. It's crazy.
yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Now, now check this out. I'm taking a play from your handbook. I have to ask you that question. If you could be a character in a game, what would it be, and what would be the role of that character?
Dope. Yo, that's a great question. It's a great question. So check this out, bro. So I'm thankful to be in video games already. Like, so, being in NBA 2K playgrounds, being in Watch Dogs 2, being in the upcoming video game, the wrestling code that's coming out next year. I've had the honor and privilege to actually be in video games already. But if there's a game in particular, there's quite a few, but I'll just throw one out there. But if there's a game that I could be in, like in particular, yo, dog, I would love, like, really, really love to be a character in Mortal Kombat, bro.
Eh?
And I'm gonna tell you why, right?
Mhm.
So in Mortal Kombat, there's never been a character that was driven by the culture of hip hop in the world of Mortal Kombat. We've seen so many people, so many different things, but we haven't had that hip hop narrative as a character in the culture of hip hop be a Mortal Kombat character. I would love to do that because also, like, I already know the types of fatalities that I would have, the animalities that I would have. So if you think about the culture of hip hop, like if you really nice, you know what I'm saying, or on the mic, they what do they say? Like, yo, he a beast. That dude crazy. He's an
Right.
animal with it, you know? And these are things that's already in the game. Like that's one. And then two, when you think of hip hop, you think of flow, rhythm, being on time. So imagine the combinations, the combos that you throw out being in rhythm and on time musically. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that'd be so ill. Like I would have a combo and the name of the combo would be called Shook Ones. So there's certain so let's say one combo that I do, you hear the
Mhm.
Shook Ones music going along to the beat as I'm beating up my
Yeah, that's
person.
dope.
And then let's say my second combo, my second combo would probably be the beat that Eminem got, Lose Yourself. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Or something like that. Or I'll
Right.
get another combo that goes according to the Annie Up, track with MOP. Like, you know what I mean?
Dope.
So I got this like dope way of having an actual hip hop gamer character in the world of Mortal Kombat. And then my fatality, I got so many thoughts of a fatality, but one of the illest things that I would have as a fatality. So like when L Cool J had that battle with Cannabis, right? L Cool J was talking about the mic on his arm. And if it ever leaves my side, it'll transform into a time bomb. So how ill would it be if like, it goes dark and the fatality come up and then you see like a microphone being like tattooed into my arm, and then when it gets to the wire at the end of my fist, I punch the enemy. So now the microphone is kind of like forced and connected into his mouth, like, and then it's like wire his jaw shut, and then the microphone comes out of my skin. It turns into a time bomb, and then I'll say 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Boom, 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 boom. And his body start to explode. Like something crazy like that, bro. Sick.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. I'm not gonna lie. That was a dope answer.
Sick.
I wasn't even
Sick.
expecting that one, but
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
that
you know
was
me, so
dope.
I'm passionate, son. So if you ask me anything, I'm gonna let you know the real.
Right. Let's before we even like go forward to like gaming and stuff and music and hip hop. Let's talk about let's talk about the scar on your lip when you was 1 years old. The question I have about that is tell me about how that plays a part in your fate.
Oh wow, bro. That is an incredible question, bro. Incredible. So not too long ago, I was on a panel um with iHeartMedia, right? And they was talking about, just the importance of living, you know what I'm saying, instead of just existing. And when I shared the story about when I was 1 years old, my brother and my sister was fighting in another room or something, and my grandmother had to go stop them. So I wound up getting down off the bed, crawling to the refrigerator, and I guess the refrigerator cord was a little loose, and I went to bite it. And when I bit it, my lip was gone, like the side of my lip was gone. Then, they had to take me to the hospital and, do surgery immediately. And, but I'm here. So when you think about it, something that was clearly supposed to kill me didn't. And when I think about life and I think about my faith in Jesus Christ, it made me realize that the control you think you have, you don't. But what it taught me over time in my life is that if you truly gonna give your life to God, you have to allow God to be God in your life. And that means that you got to learn to let go. See, the thing is, most people walk by sight because we see with our eyes. But everything that you see is not always what it seems. And you could be easily deceived by what you're looking at. But when you walk by faith, you understand the fact that you don't know everything. You understand the fact that you have to be protected. You understand the fact that you got to let God be God in your life in order for you to have your steps ordered. I'll give you another point to prove that. from the first moment you are born and you come out of your mother's womb, from the first second, you can't do nothing for yourself. So by default, from the very beginning of your life, you have no choice but to trust.
Hmm.
You have no choice but to have faith by default, because somebody has to do everything for you. And they have to love you enough to get you to a point where you could then be able to do for yourself. How beautiful is that? By nature and by design, you can't do it by yourself. You need somebody to be able to go on further. Period. So when I started looking at life in a different lens, it just changed everything. And it's these principles that brought me closer to God, because I know the only reason why I'm here is because of God. And that made the relationship better. That made the faith stronger. And it made me free, because now I don't have to try to be perfect to do this or have to get everything right to do that. I no longer live by the world's standards. You know what I'm saying? I live by a standard of knowing that I'm not a good person. I fall short of the glory of God. I've lied before. I've stolen before. Like, I understand who I am and what we are a part of. So when you're a child of God, you allow God to be the father in your life. So you're going to make mistakes all the time. All these things are going to happen. But as long as you put your faith and your trust in God, everything that you do, literally everything that you apply your energy to, everything, you'll find the victory in it. You know what I'm saying? And that right there is a beautiful life to live, because it's freeing. And then and only then you be able to get to your true potential, because you can't get anywhere without God. And that's the facts right there, B.
Facts. Dope answer. Dope answer. Let's talk about your the relationship with your grandmother and how that how she pushed you in the direction of gaming.
Yeah, yo, bro, I'm telling you. So my grandma's is hardcore, B. Yo, my grandma's favorite character is Laura Croft, son. Yo, I knew my grandma's was a beast at video games when she beat all the Tomb Raider games, even the PS2 version of Angel of Darkness, which was trash to me. I ain't like that game at all. But my grandmother beat that game too. But my grandma, so back in the day, right, we had the Prima strategy guides that you would buy at Funko Land and all these, other spots and stuff like that. Yo, so my grandmas used to write her own strategy guides when she found things that she didn't see in the magazines that you would buy. Like, my grandma's was heavy, son. Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Grand Theft Auto, Bubs B, Q-Bert, Donkey Kong, you name it. My grandma's all on it, son. So, like, my relationship with my grandma, especially through games, was just tight. Me and my grandmother introduced me, to the Bible, brought me closer to the Lord, showed me what love was, taught me it, played video games with me, encouraged me to play games. All of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's interesting though, my grandmother, when I was like started to go into the career direction of gaming, my grandmother, just being a parent, like, she wasn't sure, like, about that, like, if that was gonna work for me. So she was like, make sure you get a city job, make sure you, do this, do that, go to school, get education and everything like that. And I was telling her, like, but I love to do this. And my sister was the one that was like telling my grandmother, like, yo, grandma, don't worry about nothing. Like, his determination, his passion, like, he's gonna make it. You have nothing to worry about. Like, this is what he's done all his life. Like, he's gonna make it. Like, I see it. And my grandmother, even though she was, doubtful here and there, because she's going off of how she grew up and just want the best for me, she was very happy though to see that I was on this path. And now 2024, when I look back, bro, man, I'm so humbled and thankful that I put my faith in the my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, to leave my day job and to focus 100% on this. And now it's officially my career, and I'm doing better than ever, bro. Period.
Dope. Man, that's so inspiring, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you,
Thank you,
that's so
man.
inspiring. Um, my next question I got for you: what is uh your first passion, gaming or hip hop?
Gaming, gaming, by far. Like, yo, bro, don't get me. I love hip hop. I love the music, stuff like that. But you gotta remember, at 4 years old, I was not thinking about doing anything in hip hop, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like gaming was everything. And then as I got older, um, and I started seeing like KRS-One, you know what I'm saying, Rakim, you know, Redman, Method Man, Biggie, Jay, Nas. Like, once I started seeing all of them, you know what I'm saying, MC Light, you know, Queen Latifah, Salt and Pepper, I'm like, I love it. I love hip hop, like love it. Then, and what's so funny is my brother and my cousins, they started rapping. So that's what inspired me to actually rap, like seeing my brother and my cousins. And then they used, before HipHopGamer, dog, and all this other stuff, they used to call me Jackal. Word up. They used to call me Jackal Flares back in the day in East New York, son. I was 14 years old when I first started to like rap. Then I got nice and we got offered a record deal by like MC Shan and stuff like that. And all of them back in the day, it was nuts. And I was literally about to go in that direction. But let's just say the music industry is very, very dark. And God had a hand on me before I even knew it or realized it. And like I turned down a record deal. Now I want to pause right there. I'm 14 years old. Like we ain't rich. You know what I'm saying? Like we struggling. Like struggling. Like it was bad, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to go in too deep into what my living conditions was when I was a kid and everything like that, but it was bad. So my thing is, you got an opportunity to sign a record deal, 14 years old, go on tour, do all these major things, and I turned it down. And they wanted the group, so they didn't want a solo artist; they wanted the group, and I turned it down. And because I turned it down, they didn't want the group, so that's a whole nother story. But the concept of the fact that I turned it down was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life, bro. Because when I turned it down because like there was this dude, his name was like Meatloaf or something like that back in the day. And his energy, like he wanted so much money from us now that we about to sign this deal. And like the energy with his character, and then the energy with the lawyers and like all this other stuff, like yo, it felt really dark. Like I'm not trying to exaggerate, but I'm gonna tell you something, man. It was one of those moments where I felt like I was losing who I was to try to fit in and please people that I didn't know, just to say that I got a record deal and I'm the man and I got some money. Like it was really dark, bro, and like something spiritually wasn't right. Like it if have you ever felt like a coldness like come around you, and it kind of, you start looking around and you like, where am I at? What am I doing? Like I don't belong here. Like things started to change at 14 years old. And I was like, I can't do it. And I just decided not to sign and not to pursue that type of career. But it was scary. Like, and I just didn't do it. So because of that decision, you know, obviously I'm still, you know, like playing my games or this other stuff. And later on in life, one of the best decisions I ever made. And it was solely driven by God looking over me, even when I didn't know he was. It was that serious.
Man, that's dope, man. That's dope. You really got an inspiring story, and we ain't even delved all the way in yet. Like
Yeah, thank you,
that's
man. I
dope.
appreciate it.
Like you said, you turned down a deal with. Let's be clear. MC Shan is a legendary artist from Queensbridge,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. Okay. You're 14. Before I ask this next question, I have to ask this. You're 14. You're that young. You're in New York. Mind you, at this time, you 14. New York is the Mecca,
Yeah.
the Mecca
Yeah.
Mecca. So, like, what was that like growing up at 14? The life that you had, being around that, and hip hop really turning into what it's turned to today. Like,
Right.
what was it like out there at that time? Because I'm a big hip hop head myself, and like, what was it like out there? I'm talking about New York. Bring me to New York in that
Yeah.
time, in that 14-year-old mind frame. Like, what was that like? Like,
Got you. So I'm gonna tell you, man, there's a lot to say. The first thing I'm gonna tell you is we had a lot of fun. That's one thing. We had a lot of fun. And what I mean by that is every time a new record came out or whatever it is, we was quick to learn the words so we could be able to recite it when we went to school, sit at the lunch table and recite our favorite rappers' lyrics. Like we were so quick to support and show love to what we loved. And we had fun with it. And we had battles where it's like who knew a certain verse better. Or if you come to school and you don't know this Biggie verse, you ain't no real hip hop head. Like we actually enjoyed the culture and it was important. Like you had to know it. If you ain't know it, you better learn it because this is how we communicated with one another through knowing the lyrics. And when we get the CD or we get the tape, we look in the back because sometimes the tapes and the CDs had the lyrics in them. Oh man, we used to appreciate the artwork and stuff like that. Now me, I tell you, I never smoke or drank. Like I don't do anything like that. But if you had a CD that was trash, they would just use it to roll weed up on. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like word up. And then like, when you walking outside and you got your Timbs on and stuff like that, that's New York. You know what I'm saying? You got your Timbs on with a wife beater, a wife beater meaning like a white tank top, and the wife beater, that comment comes from the movie with Tina Turner in it and Ike. What's Love Got to Do with It? It's like it came from that movie because he had on that white shirt tank top when he was beating on Tina and stuff like that. So that's in the hood we call it a wife beater. So just so people can understand that because these days it's crazy. So what happened
Right.
is so what happened is we up here just enjoying the music, having fun. And then another thing is the parties, like the events, you know what I'm saying? They used to go to Jones Beach. They used to go to this joint called the Greek Fest and stuff like that. All the girls and everybody's out wilding out and stuff like that, partying and everything. Like we had fun. So that was one thing I could tell you back in the day in New York. We had fun first. We had fun first. Nobody was hating on one another and all this other stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We had fun first. So that was the first thing. Second, like the culture of hip hop in New York, like you always had to be original. If you sounded like somebody else, they say that you bite in somebody's style and you get no respect. No respect. Like you get the ultimate disrespect. If anybody came around the hood, like I said, they used to call me Jackal, right? So I had a certain rhyme style. Like my rhyme style was a cross between Cannabis, Eminem, and DMX.
Shit.
I was a cross between all of those three: Cannabis, Eminem, and DMX. So what's crazy is like when you have your own style, people know who you are, they love and respect it. If you try to sound like somebody else, it don't even matter if you was good. They're gonna clown you, they're gonna say you trash, get out of here. Like get your own style. If you don't got your own style, you biting on somebody else, you deriding them, get out of here. You know what I mean? So that we stood on that principle. Then the third thing is the fashion. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, you had Parasucos, Jabots, Guess jeans, used and damaged pants, like all this other stuff. And you had to be fly. You had to be fly. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you wore, if you was real street thugging it out, you still had to be clean with the thug. Like, you know what I'm saying? With your thug style. Like all of that stuff. Or if you was a fly person, like how you like Mason Puffy was back in the day and stuff like that, you still had to be cool, at the same time you being fly. So it was crazy, like how much fun we had, how important your lyrics had to be. You had to know the culture and really love it and appreciate it. And you really had to stand on business. If not, you get punched in the face. Like you had to show respect. If you did not show respect, you'll get jumped, you'll get hurt. Period. Like it's just we had a principle. It wasn't nobody gonna shoot you or nothing like that. Like, shootings happened back then, but it wasn't like how it is today. Like we fought back then. You know what I'm saying? But like hip hop, bro, nothing like it. Crazy.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Let's talk about your relationship with Hot 97 and being
Every day,
from New
that's my
York.
word.
Yeah, being from New York and you being a part of that. conglomerate. Like, let's talk about that, man. Please give me that story.
Yeah. So yo, Hot 97 is the heartbeat of hip hop, bro. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't even playing hip hop on the radio till Hot 97 came around to do that. You know what I'm saying? Hot 97, longest running hip hop concert ever, Summer Jams. So let me tell you how I got to Hot 97 though. So I used to work in the mailroom for all the record labels, Def Jam, Interscope Records, Universal Republic, you know, all of that. I used to work for all the record labels in the mailroom, right? So there's a gentleman by the name of Davey D. And him, as well as many others, they started to see what I was doing on YouTube. So let me paint a picture for you, bro. Like, I really started to blow up while I was still in the mailroom. All right. So when I'm delivering mail and stuff like that, people watching me on YouTube. Yo, bro, I was interviewing, like, on my lunch break. Sometimes on my lunch break at work, I would have to go get on a train to go to like a hotel to do like interviews with like Kevin Hart and like what's the dude's name? Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad. Like people like that. I would have to like do that during my lunch break and then like come back to work and stuff like that. And people seeing all the stuff. Like there's interviews I did with like Sheik Luch from the Locks during my lunch period. Like, you know what I'm saying? Lunch break and then come back. Like, it's crazy. So what's interesting is I started to blow up within the walls of my job. So my man Davey D, like, he's a major, major, major player in the music industry.
That name
And
sounds so familiar.
yeah, and he was like, yo, you got to get out of here, bro. Like, I see what you're doing. I'm a fan. I love it. But you outgrew your stay here. Like, you don't belong here no more. You got to get out of here. And then he was like, yo, you need to talk to Hot 97. Yo, they could use somebody like you, especially with the competition coming from Power 105. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and I was excited about it, but I ain't have no like connect to get there yet. So Facebook, so Mark Zuckerberg's sister, Randy Zuckerberg, she was putting together an event for this new Facebook game called Gig It that they was working on, right? So the PR company reached out to me and they was talking about how they got Neo is gonna be like the cover boy for the game. They got all these other artists. They about to do this, about to do that. They trying to get into the gaming industry like authentically, right? So when I tested out the game, I was telling them this game ain't it. Like, this is bad. Like, this is nothing but a money grab. Like, this is nothing but a money grab with artists, and you just like paying to try to find success. But the game is not that good at all. Like, I need to rethink this. So it was already too late. Like, by the time I said all these things, they already had all the investments in position. So, got to carry it out now. It is what it is. So they had this event, their launch event, right? So I was there doing interviews on the red carpet. And then I see Ebro, Peter Rosenberg, and everybody and stuff like that. So I did a quick interview with Peter Rosenberg. And this is around the time where him and Nicki Minaj was beefing because of the Starship Troopers song that she came out with that wasn't really all of that. And Peter Rosenberg was speaking about it, how it wasn't really hip hop and that whole feud right there. So we was talking about that and we was talking about some other things. And I was like, and I was asking, I was like, yo, how come Hot 97 doesn't have like gaming, at the station, considering gaming is the number one form of entertainment? Like, we could really do some stuff. So his PR person or whatever was like, yo, that's a good idea. You should have you come to the office. Let's talk about that. So we had a meeting at the office, and my man, the first time I went there, there was a person by the name of Landy, and he was in charge of like the digital stuff. And they gave me an opportunity to start like putting articles and everything on hot97.com and stuff. And then Landy, either he got let go or he left. And then another dude named Jeffrey Thacker that came up in there. But Jeffrey Thacker was a gamer. So he understood what I was trying to bring there. This is why relationships is very important. And this is why a lot of companies got to know who they're hiring. Because if you want something, you need to internally have the culture within it so you can always be able to grow in that particular space from within your wheelhouse. You know what I mean? So Jeffrey Thacker was there. So when he was there and we got to chopping it up, he was like, yo, we got to do more. We got to do more. And that's when everything got solidified. I had got my like contract and everything. And ever since like I think 2011 or 2012. I've been down with Hot 97 ever since. And now get ready because there's another level up that's about to happen that's never been done before in all of like radio and in all of like in the hip hop space. I'm about to do something that's going to change the culture around hip hop forever as I bring gaming more into it. And Hot 97 is going to be at the forefront of it with me. So yeah, man, timing, patience, but we here now. And that's how I got a chance to rock with Hot 97, and I've been with them ever since.
Dope, dope. I watched one of your interviews, or you was just speaking, and matter of fact, it's crazy because you was talking. You was like you was with the guys with the environment of the game where you could smell and you could.
Yeah. Game Scent.
Yeah,
Game
it's
Scent.
like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
was playing the game, you was tripping out, doing what you do, playing the game, and you
Yeah.
was talking to them. And you said something so dope. You said you told them about the four elements of hip hop, and you was like,
Yes.
gaming is the fifth element of hip hop. And
Yes.
I'm like, man, this man is just so intrigued in this, and the lane is just so wide open. I know for sure that's why you kill it. Like you say, you put God first, and those two reasons right there is the reason why you killing it. Like, and
Thank you, man.
I just gotta commend you, brother. Again, talking about one of your connects. Let's talk about you being a part of one of the Street Fighter soundtracks, and let's talk about that because that was so dope. I was like, man, he's killing it.
Thanks, man. Yo, that was ill. So, like, shout out to my brother Eric Medina. He's the CEO of Nerds Clothing, right? And he got the license, you know what I'm saying, to all these different game companies. So he got the license, with Capcom and Viz Media and WWE, AEW. Like, he be doing all these cool stuff with the clothing and everything, right? So he wanted to get more into the music side and kind of be like the official video game record label that does soundtracks for video games. Like that's like one of his goals. So when he brought the idea to Capcom loved it. So, gave him a budget so we could put it together. Now what's crazy is he hit me up, was like, yo, it's time. Like, you know what I mean? We gotta get everybody we need to get and blah blah blah. So, I know everybody, you know what I mean? So like the producer of the Street Fighter 6 soundtrack, that was my brother Buddha. Buddha the Future, Buddha and Grands. So I hit them up, got them on the project and stuff like that. And then my brother Graf, who's killing it right now with the Rockefeller chain and the Rockefeller movement with his new project right now. I hit up Graf, hit up Papoose, Graf hit up his people and all this other stuff. Next thing you know, we got the dopest artists. I hit up my man Sheik Luch, like got locks, got the locks on it. Sheik Luch and Styles is on it. Put all this stuff together. Hit up my man DNA and Charlie Clips because I wanted to do something unique for the album. So DNA played the role of Violent Ken. Charlie Clips played the role of Eva Ryu, and then they battled each other as those Street Fighter characters. It was nuts. Like, this is stuff you don't see nowhere else, Bree. Like, it's crazy. So we was able to put that together. I actually did the intro to the Street Fighter 6 album. Crazy. So, being able to have the proper relationships and being able to execute on the things that you want to do, that speaks volumes in terms of the quality of time spent building up your name and brand, but also leading with love within your character. And like I always tell everybody, character is your currency. Like, this project does not get done unless you got the right people involved, and the right people leads to the right relationships. And you got to be able to stand on business. Y'all got to be able to respectfully call each other out for the betterment of a product. Y'all got to work and have love for one another so respect can be there. Like, nothing gets done without those other principles. You see what I'm saying? So it was huge, man. Shout out to Dave East, incredible single that he had. Shout out to Benny the Butcher. Like, so many people, Smoke Dizza, so many people on this soundtrack, man. It was mind-blowing to be able to do it, but it also set a precedence that now other companies want it too. So now, just to let you know, it's more than just Street Fighter. Get ready for what's next. And yo, you rocking with the GOAT of the game, bro. We only know how to be number one over here. So stay tuned because there's more to come.
Hey, I like when you talk like that because I'm not gonna lie, you do talk spicy. I gotta give it to you, and I
Thank you,
like that
man.
about you. But you back it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, it's just like with Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather says what he says, but he backs it up. So you can't be mad when it's truth. You could learn a lot from somebody that's mad at the truth. If a person is mad at the truth, then let God be true and all men be a liar. It tells you that in the Bible. Let God be true and all men be a liar. So I'm telling you right now, like, if we talking like resume for resume against anybody, like, you know what I'm saying, in the gaming industry and beyond, anybody, I'm clearly of one, did it the way I want to do it. I'm my own boss. I answer to no one. And yo, I laid out a beautiful blueprint, and it's a humbling blessing to be able to do so. But I'm just speaking the truth. Like, everything I could tell you, I can also show you. I could back up the claims. And if I said something and if I was ever wrong about something, I'm the quickest to say I was wrong about something, just as well as I'm quick to tell you I'm the GOAT. Because the thing is, if you have no accountability, you can never become the GOAT. If you have no humility, you can never be able to become the GOAT. God is not going to always use you for all the things you want to be used for. Sometimes God is going to use you to be embarrassed. Sometimes you got to be embarrassed. Sometimes you got to be humiliated. Sometimes you got to be at your lowest in order to be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at Michael Jordan, nobody remembers how many shots he missed, but they remember all the rings he got and all the accomplishments he got and why he the GOAT today. Everybody, we not gonna remember all the stuff that so-called LeBron did that was so-called bad, because this man is the longest running, most dominant player ever. And not only that, how you in your 22nd season still killing everybody? Like yo, like, he an alien. Kobe, Shaq. Like, when you looking at the greats, hated to love it, the underdogs on top. And that's how and this ain't just how I feel. No, it's the truth. Like,
That's what it
period.
is.
It's the truth. If you look at everything that's going on right now, like even in the culture, in terms of a lot of people making videos and talking about games and stuff like that. Remember, especially coming from the hood, you couldn't even talk about you love video games outside of NBA Live or Madden or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Street Fighter, whatever. If you in the hood coming up like in the 80s, and you up here, you go to school and you talk about you play games like Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger and stuff like that, they're gonna look at you like a nerd, and you don't get girls, you whack, they want to slap you in the face. They look at you like you corny. You know what I'm saying? And that very same energy and a lot of those same people is the same ones like, yo, hip hop, yo, you the realest. I need to be in the gaming industry, son. I got my stream set up now, son. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, let's go. I'm hyped. I'm glad you made it to the gaming industry now. Let me help. You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
come on, man. The same thing that people used to tease me about and criticize me about is the very thing that everybody wants to be a part of today.
Facts. And you know what's dope? Like, before I ever was like, you was brought to my attention, and you jumped on my radar. Like, when I first started doing my platform, that's the energy I had, because I'm a real gamer, and I'm also in the hip hop. I rap and everything too, and I'm like, man, I just wanted kids from my city to see that they don't have to just be rappers. They don't have to be street guys. You know what I'm saying? You could be yourself and still be loved. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw you, brother, I'm not gonna lie, you a big inspiration, brother. Like,
Wow. Thank you.
man, bro, it's like you showed me it's possible. Like, where I want to go and where I want to take my platform, you showed me. Once I saw you, I was like, it's pop. And then once I really start following you, like I said, I'm seeing Hot 97. I'm seeing you sit with this person, that person. The things you do in the community. We definitely got to talk about that. The things you do in the community.
Thank
I'm like, man, this brother is an inspiration, and more people need to put their focus on this brother. And I see since then, I ain't gonna lie, since I first started following you, I still see it's the constant growth, brother. Like,
Wow.
you still going up. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Thank you, man.
Another question I have for you is all the big names that you didn't mention. You mentioned Kevin Hart, and you mentioned that you was in the mail room in the labor office. That's wow. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, out of all those big names, though, what's like one of the most memorable so far you have on your path?
Most memorable. That's all right. So, man,
I
it's
know it's hard for you, brother.
yeah, it's quite a few. So, one I would say, is one that was very memorable, is one that was also very recent, and that was my sit down with Denzel Washington, man. That was different. That was different. Um, literally the very first question, that I asked him in terms of, what is his goal and his vision for his school. He showed up there, he's looking at this, he sees what it needs. What is his goal? How can we support that goal? What is your vision? And he said the main thing that he cares about is making sure that anything that he does can be a shining light to bring people closer to God. I was like, wow.
Living in the
First thing
place.
out of his mouth, it was so powerful and it was so enlightening. The way he said it and the way he broke it down, and he said it in a room full of a lot of kids that's about to really be on that path in life, and life will eat you up alive if you let it. And for him to say that, you felt the movement in the room, when he said it, man. And that was powerful. Then another thing that he said that was so powerful, so memorable was, I asked him, when it comes to like the impact that he's had, like how does it feel to literally be who you are, to be able to make the impact that you make on so many people's lives. And man, it was powerful because what he said was, you know, the most selfish thing that he could ever do is give. And I didn't understand what he meant by that. I'm like, the selfish thing. What you mean by that? And he said, because of what he gets in return. And I was like, wow. Because he was like, you want to give because it's a beautiful thing. But the more you give, the more people is going to put you on the biggest pedestal in the world. And the more people that put you on the pedestal, what happens? You got all these people below you and you are above them because they put you up there because of you giving. So the very nature of the purity of your heart also leads to you being seen as if you're more than someone else. And that's the selfish part of trying to do something right. And when he broke it down like that, I was like, wow. So he just said that he's going to continue to do his best to always give, but keep God first so that as he grows, he stay grounded. And that is tough to do, but he does it. And that right there was so memorable because in the Bible it tells you, you know, it's hard for a rich man to get into heaven. It's like for a rich man to get into heaven is like a camel trying to fit through the eye of a needle. But a humble person will be exalted. And another thing in the Bible that a lot of people may not have read or know, but like a prostitute will get into heaven before a priest would. And the reason why is because in the Bible it tells you that there was a priest and a publican and the harlots. And the publican and the harlots are like, prostitutes and, people that represent the so-called slums of the world and doing a lot of bad things. So the priest said a prayer. And when the priest said this prayer, the prayer was about how he's not like the publicans and the harlots, and the priest was making himself seem like he was so good because of he did this thing, he did this thing, and these was good things to do. Don't get me wrong. He was doing nice things. He would preach, he would, try to help the community. He would do these things. But when you saying a prayer about the good things that you're doing, at the expense of trying to put somebody down and you being thankful that you're not like these so-called bad people. God said, you know, your goodness, and this is for anyone, your goodness is like filthy rags to a holy God, because your goodness is not what saves you, because nobody is good. We have the ability to do good deeds, but no one is a good person, because to be good means to be perfect. So then the publican, when they had their prayer, the publican and the harlot, they said their prayer and they said, God, I'm a sinner. I know I fall short. I just ask for your mercy and your grace. That was their prayer. And because of their prayer, because of their humility, they was able to go into heaven before the priest was. It's amazing, man. It's amazing how backwards things is. Like the things that we think is so good and so right is actually the opposite. When we brag about how good we are and what we done and what we did, it's actually the opposite. Nothing good comes from us. Everything comes from God. We're just vessels used as a tool to bring more glory to the Lord. That's all it is.
Thanks. Yeah, man. Talking the more I talk to you, man, the more I see why you where you at, brother. Like I really
Thank you, man. I
understand it.
appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, I understand it. Before we get off the Denzel subject, I'm gonna kind of intertwine this question into that though, but we're just gonna segue into this question, but still piggybacking off the Denzel answer. I did watch a clip with you putting your chain around his neck. Let's talk about
Yeah,
the significance of
yeah,
your chain and your
yeah.
belt. We have to talk
Facts.
about that. We have to talk about your signature chain and belt.
Yeah, man. So before there was the chain, there was always the belt since day one. So like, um, there's a couple of things. So my grandmother, I was always her champion, and she was always my champion. And she's the one that taught me how to play video games when I was 4. But also, I grew up off of wrestling, boxing, love all of that. So, you know, one of the reasons why I brought the belt and introduced the belt to the gaming industry from a journalistic perspective professionally, the reason why I brought the belt there is because out the gate, I always knew I was the best. Like my passion is undeniable for the culture, bro. So I always knew I was the best. And the thing is, there was an interview um that I was watching with Muhammad Ali, like back in the days. And also like Jay-Z said the same thing and stuff like that. Like you got to know you're the best before anybody else says it or thinks it. You don't want your success to be controlled by what others think and say. You have to own it even when they don't believe it. And that's the beauty of it. See, the thing is, when you got faith, man, when you believe, even before you see it, when you believe and then it happens after you believed it, that's when you really know it's real. That's when you know it was meant to be. Because that's why in the Bible tells you, like God can make a way out of no way. Why? Because with men, certain things are not possible. But with God, all things are possible. And that right there stuck with me. So I'm telling you, dog, I always knew I was the best. Always knew it. And you got to know it before anybody else can even see it. It's your journey. So that's another reason why the first time I went to E3 and all this other stuff, had the belt with me, bro. And everybody was going crazy over it, son. It was nuts, bro. Spinning the belt, all of that. It was crazy. So I wore the belt because I knew I was the best. 2, my grandmother, she was my champion and I was her champion. And 3, I wanted to make an impact and I wanted to stand out. And I wanted people to ask me why I had the belt so they could know why I'm the best, even before they even believed I would be the best. So that was that. Then when the chain came along, it's just the culture of hip hop. And as I started to grow, a friend of mine named Josh, where I get my belts from, he started a company called Championship Chains. And when he started the chains and I saw him, I was like, yo, that chain is fire. And remember, I'm a hip hop artist. You know how it is with the chain. So when I saw the chains that he was making, I was like, yo, I need that. So I added the chain into the fold with the belt. So it just brings everything together full circle with being number one, being a champion, you know what I'm saying? Also having that style, being ice style, all of that, and we lit. So to me, that's how it all came about. But also it gave me a signature identity. So if you know me or don't know me, when you see me, you're gonna want to know me. When you see me, you're gonna want to ask questions just from the presentation of the chain, the belt, the energy, and just my know-how and what I do in my craft. So it brings everything together. And I'm telling you, one of the biggest things you'll learn in business is the law of attraction. Like when I was in the mailroom, right? Let me tell you a quick story. When I was in the mailroom, right, I seen my man Freeway, I seen Memphis Bleak and everybody, Rockefeller and stuff like that. And Jay-Z walks in the room. And when I tell you, everything just got quiet. Like you felt his aura. Like it was crazy. When he walked in the room, everything just stopped. And everybody just looked. And he was like, yo, that's Jay. Like it was crazy. And at the time in the mailroom, especially, the perception of being in the mailroom is that, oh, you at the bottom, you the lowest, you weak, you're not a real man because you can't provide good because you're in the mailroom. Like, that's society talking. You know what I'm saying? And me at the time being stupid, listening to what society had to say, I always wanted that feeling where I could walk into a room and people just kind of stop or they look up, be like, oh, and lo and behold, it happens now. Like when I go places, I go certain places, I walk into a room, whatever, yo, it's like they be like, oh, hip hop gamers here. Oh, like it's crazy. So at the time, I wanted it for the wrong reason, but in time and with God, now I know what to do with that. And yeah, it's powerful.
Man, that's dope. That's dope, bro. I ain't gonna lie, you killing this interview. You just a dope person, bro.
Thank you, man.
Uh, you answered the question that game is your most, you more passionate about gaming than hip hop. What
Yeah,
is your favorite game of all time, if you could choose? I know that's another
yeah.
cliche
Nah,
question,
my
but
favorite game of all time. So I would say my favorite franchise of all time is God of War. Hands down, God of War. So probably my favorite game of all time is God of War. But here's what I would say. The reason why it's my favorite because one, the energy and the action, like the aggression of Kratos is me all day. Like when it's time to be competitive and just being hyper and stuff like that, I'm a hyper person since I was born. So I've always been hype, son. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like the energy, I love that. But the story of Kratos was very powerful because um he was about to die with the army that he was fighting with. And he asked Ares, the god of war, he asked him to wipe out his enemies and he'll give him his soul. And Ares wiped out his enemies and Kratos gave his soul to the god of war. But what happened is when Ares wiped out his enemies, Ares made Kratos kill his own family, his own wife and daughter. And when that happened, he had to live with the nightmare of killing his own family because he sold his soul to the god of war. And his the ashes of his wife and daughter, he has to now wear as his skin for the rest of his life.
that's why he great
Yes,
like.
that's why he's
Oh, that's
great.
crazy.
So every waking moment of your life is nothing but pain. Every time you look at yourself, it's nothing but pain. When you go to sleep and dream, nothing but pain. Because everything that makes you who you are is horrible. So then when you think about society and like racism and things of that nature in life, the very skin that you're in, there's like a group of people. And just to make this very clear, not every white person in the world is somebody that's racist. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that in terms of, slavery and things that take place. And even in this day and age, you still have racist people
It
that exist.
exists.
You know what I'm saying? But there's people that still today that will look at your just the skin and hate everything about you without knowing who you are, won't say nothing to you, but they hate you because they are programmed to hate you. They're not born that way. They become that way because they allow other ignorant people to contaminate their life. And it's disgusting, but that story and that reality is one and the same with Kratos. waking up every morning in the very skin that you're in, you hate. That is, man, psychologically, that was powerful, especially when I first seen the story. So the gameplay, the energy of the character, the story, everything is Kratos all the way. So that's my favorite game franchise of all time. Now, my favorite game, in terms of like my favorite game, like to play, ever, or like the best game ever made ever, that's tough. But I'm probably gonna go with damn, this is tough. Oh man,
My bad.
I probably gotta go with Grand Theft Auto. Um Grand Theft Auto 5. I would say that. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because Grand Theft Auto 5, man, being able to pick all the characters, how big the world was, the different sides of the story, the gameplay, the oh man, there's so much stuff in that game. The online, like, oh my gosh, there's a reason why the game came out in 2013 and it still sells at a full price now. Like, is the game is phenomenal, man. So that's probably like the favorite one. Um my the I think the best game ever made in terms of uh like, performance, graphics, like putting everything together as one whole and stuff like that. That game, that's ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. But I would probably have to go with probably gotta go with oh my gosh, this is so tough, man. Cause God of War 2018. I love God of War Ragnarok, but God of War 2018, between that game and Uncharted 4, mm,
Uncharted is dope.
Uncharted. Yeah, like that's it's probably a toss up between those two. A nice runner up is Uncharted 2, like incredible. But I probably got to lean towards God of War 2018, man. There's a reason why that game got tens across the board. But I play everything, I got it all. But to try to answer your question the best way I can, I got to go with that.
Nah, you definitely, man, you killing these questions. I got a couple more for you, brother. I'm gonna let you go out. I already held you up already like an hour, so we gonna get you up out of here. But this is a dope conversation, and I really appreciate you, bro. What's some gaming news that you could give us? Because I know you in there. Like
Of
this
course I am.
man, listen, y'all. This man really, if you go follow him, matter of fact, shout out your Instagram right quick.
Oh, everything is HipHopGamer, and I own my name and it's trademarked. So when you see my name, HipHopGamer, it's the same across the board socially because nobody else can have that name.
You heard? Like I said, man, this man really plugged in. This man sit down with the sit downs. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like with some gaming news, if you can. Like, I'm not trying to pull your leg, get you in no trouble or nothing, because I know
Nah, it's
how
all
it
good.
is. Like you just said, trademarks, copyright infringement. We're not trying to do none of that
Yeah,
over
no,
here. But any
absolutely.
gaming news you could give us?
Trust me, the stuff that I can't say, I won't say because
Right,
you
facts,
got legalities on certain things. You know what I'm saying?
facts.
But what I can say is, you know, PlayStation 5 Pro is going to surprise a lot of people that don't understand how PSSR works and the level of detail that you're going to start seeing in games on console because of PlayStation 5 Pro. So, to like for example, um Wolverine, the PS5 Pro enhancements that you're going to see on that game, anybody that said that they was not going to get a PS5 Pro, if you can't afford it, I get it. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. But if you can afford it and you just choose not to get it for whatever reason, I think you're going to change your mind when you see Wolverine running on PS5 Pro. Hands down. If you're a hardcore gamer like how I am, there's no way you do not get the PS5 Pro after you see the way Wolverine runs on it. Period.
So hold on. So basically, you just talking about movement and graphics
I'm
and
talking about movement. I'm talking about graphics. I'm talking about dialogue. I'm talking about image quality. I'm talking about sound quality. Like there's other things that Mark Cerny didn't reveal regarding PS5 Pro, but you're gonna discover it as you play it and use the machine more. But you're gonna be blown away. when you see the way this handles. Because what's going to start happening, you're going to start seeing Digital Foundry do some interesting PC comparisons to PS5 Pro because it's going to be that close. And in some ways, the PS5 Pro will outperform PC.
Oh,
Surprisingly.
that's a huge statement.
Yeah.
That's a huge statement.
Yeah,
But I'll take your word for it because I'm pretty
yeah,
sure you already put your hands on it, right?
of course. But here's what I want to tell you. The reason why I say that is because it's not just the power of the machine, it's also the engines that's being utilized to make the games on. So what you have to understand is when PlayStation is making certain games, they got proprietary engines that you're not going to see used on PC. Remember, like Spider-Man 2 is not on PC right now. And Spider-Man 2 looks better than over 90% of all PC games. Like, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is, you have to understand the way certain games are made, the way certain games are developed. Look at Ratchet and Clank. Before Ratchet and Clank came to PC, there was nothing on PC touching Ratchet and Clank. Rift Apart. You know what I'm saying? Before Rift Apart came to PC. Some of the best games, like you gonna see, period, came from Sony's teams. That's on PC now. So what I'm trying to say is to have a pro system with that is gonna be crazy. But also, there's certain announcements that hasn't happened yet. But like when you see like the Cyberpunk update, the PS5 Pro update with Cyberpunk, now when you start seeing stuff like that happen, that's when you really gonna be like, yo, hold up. Like this is crazy. Like how are they doing this? And one of the reasons why, because in a console environment, it's a closed environment. With a PC environment, it's open. So you got the Wild Wild West versus something that's more strategic and targeted. So performance is different in those cases and stuff like that. Even recently, Digital Foundry was talking about how Final Fantasy, in some ways, image quality was better than the PC version. You know what I'm saying? Like even running on a 4090. So I'm just saying it's not gonna be like that every time, but the fact that it happens at times speaks volumes. So that's one thing I could tell you that get excited about the PS5 Pro. You're gonna see more. So that's that. Another thing to get excited about, just to provide a quick update. There's a brand new Samurai Showdown coming from SNK, and it's gonna be in the form of a comic first before they release the game, and it's gonna come out in 2027. I said 2025, but it's actually 2027. So there's an update to that. So that's gonna be coming soon. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be insane. So that's that. Samurai Showdown. Get ready for the next one. Another thing is, next year there's a video game that I'm in called The Wrestling Code, and all I can say, I can't give away. I can't tell you who it is, but just like how we love Def Jam Fight for New York, and how they had all the characters like Met the Man, Red Man in it, and all this other stuff. The Wrestling Code will give you some of that Def Jam Fight for New York energy that we miss. And one of the most iconic hip hop artists ever is in the game. And when you see that, it's really gonna make people be like, yo, they did this.
When is that driving?
It's supposed to drop next year. Yep. So get ready, man. There's a lot of stuff coming. So that's all I can share for now. There's other stuff going on, but I can't speak about it. But soon I'm gonna have another update on Grand Theft Auto 6 Rockstar Games. Let's just say I was at the party, and there's a lot of things. Grand Theft Auto 6. I could say this statement: Grand Theft Auto 6 will change the business of the gaming industry. Period.
I believe you. I believe you. One more gaming question, then I got one more question. I'm gonna let you go, brother.
Right.
What's my next question? It was gaming. It was gaming related. I seen you playing the Undisputed, the boxing. Yeah, please give me some. Yeah, because I know I'm copping because it actually drops on my birthday. My birthday is October 11th. That's crazy.
Word! Happy birthday, bro! Early birthday, no doubt.
Believe that. And I saw you playing it early. Yeah. Oh wow, you shaking your head like, please give me some facts on that.
The first statement is this. Don't ever. I love Fight Night 2. I'm from that era. I know the nostalgia. I get it. But don't ever disrespect Undisputed boxing by putting Undisputed and Fight Night in the same sentence anymore. It's over. It's dub. It's a dub. This game is light years ahead of Fight Night. Fight Night can't even smell it. Like, yo, I couldn't believe it. So me, Big Cheese, a couple other people, we was the first people in the world to get our hands, like in terms of media and everything, we was the first ones ever to get our hands on the console version of this game. And the console version will be updated to the PC, like the PC version will be updated to what that console version is that we experience as well. Like, you know what I mean? So that's happening too. But the console version, dog, I'm gonna tell you like this, and then I'm gonna break it down. Have you ever watched a commercial for a product and you buy the product and it actually works or even works better than what the commercial said it did? It's like, for real, like it makes you want to run out and tell everybody because they wasn't lying to you. Like saying you feel good about the money you spent. Like, you know what I mean? This actually works. Yo, dog.
Right.
The first issue that I wanted to see if they fixed it or not was at times on the PC early access game version. Sometimes they be punching like this, like it be kind of off. Like some of the punches be good, then some of the punches be like this. You don't even feel. It doesn't even feel like an impactful punch. Like it's weird. Yo, every punch, every single punch animation in Undisputed was unbelievable. Every jab, every straight, every hook, every uppercut, everything was consistent. Everything was clean. You felt it. It was like, thank you. It was like a thank you that they did for us. Like, it was incredible. That's one. Two, you could punch through the guard. So, like, when you blocking over time, you're going to get weaker. So your block is going to get weaker too. So certain punches and certain characters, certain boxes that you pick and certain styles that they have, you'll be able to at times punch through somebody's guard. So even if they're blocking the right jab or the right straight or the right movement with the punch, you'll be able to punch through their guard. And then they really starting to get tired. And that's a sign that you're ready to go in. Amazing. If you think about traditional fighting games like Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, stuff like that, you got to pick a character that you like according to your style because everybody's different. In this game, every single fighter is different. You can't just pick a boxer and go box. Nope. Those days is over. You have to learn who you like, really get nice with that person, and rock with that person until you find somebody else that you just want to experiment with. It's that intricate. If I push forward and circle with like Sugar Ray Leonard, he's gonna do something that's different from what Canelo would do. That's different from what Caleb Plant would do. So you really got to know your fighter in this game, and you got to know boxing to box in this game. If you come out there trying to wild out and swing, you getting laid out. Period. It's not happening. This game is not like that. And when you play in simulation mode, there's no HUD. So sometimes you don't even remember what round you in. You may not know if you winning or losing a fight because it gets so intense. It is real. The adrenaline is crazy. Then on top of that, like when you throw the hook, you can load it up and throw it. Or if you bobbing and weaving, you already got it loaded. So you can just shoot the hook faster when you're in that position. And depending on who you are, determines how your bob and weave will be. And then the footwork is so incredible, bro, that I can step in your line of direction and come on. Like, if you right here and I'm like right here with you, I could come on the side like this and hit you like that. You'll see it with my fight with me and Big Cheese when I was Clarissa Shields. There's a part where he went to the side of me and hit me right on the face. But remember, you don't always stay at the center of somebody. You could be at the center and they can move to this side and get you if you don't move too. Oh, they can circle around you, bro, if you don't move right. Oh my gosh. There's no, you can walk them down. If they are trying to apply pressure to you and they getting at you, you could walk down like this and jab and do it straight and walk them down and walk them down. Like how Mayweather did Conor McGregor in his fight. You could walk them down if you got to. I'm gonna give you an exclusive right now, but this is gonna drop probably tomorrow. But They have rope-a-dope mechanics. Bro, I didn't even reveal this yet. People don't even know this yet. I'm about to put this out tomorrow. You could go up against the ropes and the rope will attach to your body and you could fight off the rope. Yo, bro, this game is crazy, son. Ain't nobody touching this game. No, no, nope, nope.
October 11th, Undisputed. I'm definitely copping. I'm about to pre-order today. I'm pre-ordering today.
Bro.
I'm pre-ordering today.
Son, you got to, son.
I'm
Son,
pre-ordering today.
It's yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, son. Like, I'm just keeping it a buck with you. Like, when Ice Cube made that song, "Today Was a Good Day," that is the essence of Undisputed. When that game drop, that song will be on repeat because everybody's gonna be like, you know what? Today was a good day.
We waited long enough. So
13 years, of course, yeah.
Man, we waited long enough. We waited long enough. All right, one more question before I get you out of here, brother. Before I even ask this, I mean, it's not even really a question, but again, I have to commend you, brother. Like your work, the work you do. You serious about your craft. You know what I'm saying? You know who you are.
Absolutely.
You put God first, like I said. It's just you are inspiration, brother. And my last question is something in that realm. For like kids, not even kids, man, people like myself, people that want to get in the media, want to get in the gaming, that inspire you to do anything. Like, what word of advice do you have for those people to stay on track, stay focused, and pursue their passions and their goals?
Oh, well, the first thing oh man, there's a couple of things I got to say today. So the first thing is whatever you want to do, ask yourself why you want to do it. That's the first thing. Because most people try to do stuff because they see other people do it or they see other people win at it. So they just want to follow somebody else's footsteps. But you can't follow somebody else's journey because then you're going to lose your own. And then you're going to be met with a lot of disappointment and you're going to be met with a lot of regret because of the time you're going to waste trying to follow what everybody else is doing when you don't even know what you want for yourself. So the first thing is whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you find yourself passionate about, ask yourself why you want to do it. So once you discover and you know your why, now you got to protect it. And the best way to protect your why is to put God first because the world is going to give you all the noise. The world is going to always tell you what you can't do. The world is always going to be like, this ain't going to happen because it didn't happen for them. You got to know your why and then protect the why that you know. And then after you know your why and you protect it with God's mercy and grace, then you got to start putting in the work. And when you put in the work, you can't worry about followers, you can't worry about subscribers, you can't worry about all the fictional filler stuff that society tells you is important. You have to do what you love to do simply because you love it and keep trying things until you find your formula that you really enjoy. And when you find your formula, that's going to give you your confidence to take it to the next level. And whatever level that is you want to go to next, whatever it is, you want to surround yourself with people that's in that space that you want to get to. So, for example, one of the things I did was go to E3. E3 is the Super Bowl of the video game industry. So I wanted to be there because anybody that's doing the stuff that I wanted to do was there. So you want to make sure you surround yourself and you be a part of the company that you want to keep when it comes to the field that you want to be in professionally. So if you want to do something in music, go to a lot of these music festivals, these music cons, and meet the people that's going to be there. If you want to go to gaming, you're going to want to go to places like Comic Con and PAX and MagFest and TwitchCon, and you're going to want to be around the very industry you want to be in. And once you do all those things, the next part is networking with people that can help you. But first, make sure you offer them something. So, for example, if you see somebody and let's say you make videos, right? And you do edits or whatever it is, and you see somebody that you admire, say, hey, my name is such and such. I'm a big fan of yours. I'm not saying that you need anything, but I make videos. I do this. I do that. Would it be okay if I could make some videos for you so you could see the quality of my work? And if you think it's good enough, maybe I could do some work for you, or maybe you could point me in the right direction. Always approach everyone with humility. You're still learning, you're still growing, but you need the right connections and the right relationships to get to the next level as well. So those would be like the first initial steps that I would say. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you know your why. Once you know your why, protect it. Once you protect it, go to work. And after you go to work, surround yourself with other people that's doing the same work that you could be able to offer something to, so you could grow your network and your relationships, so you could become someone that will be in position to do what you love to do as a career. There you go.
Dope, brother. Dope. Man, once again, brother, I thank you, bro, taking your time out with me. I know you're a busy man, and this mean a lot to me. Like I said, you're a big inspiration for me. You know what I'm saying? And I think you should have way more eyes on you. I'm glad that I have you on my platform to share your story, the things we chopped up. It was real dope. This was one of the ones for me, brother. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of the ones. Shout out your socials and stuff one more
Oh
time. I
yeah.
know you said everything hip hop
Yep.
gamer, but just let them know one more
Everything is
time.
HipHopGamer, but also I gotta shout out the book, baby. Word up.
Oh, I forgot about the book.
Word up.
Yeah, I'm glad you
Yeah,
did that,
man.
brother. I'd have been
Game
so mad.
time,
I'm not
man.
lying
Game
to you.
time
I'm like,
available now.
congratulations on
Thank
that
you
too,
so
brother.
much, man. This is inspired by my son, Marcus, and this character is inspired by my niece, Jade. This is Alex and Maya. And yeah, the book is available now, doing very well. Humbled about that. And there's more to come with that. It's about to be in all the schools everywhere. Oh man, it's nuts. So thank y'all so much, man. And always remember, character is your currency. Make sure you follow me everywhere. I'm everywhere. You name it. X.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, like Instagram, everything is Hip Hop Gamer. Make sure you check me out. And if I could ever be, or if I've ever been, helpful or inspirational, like to any of y'all and stuff like that, I want to say thank you in advance for y'all support as well. We're gonna keep going, we're gonna keep growing, and you talking to the GOAT of the game, baby. Hip Hop Gamer for life.
You
Get it?
heard me. One more time, brother. How can we get the book? How can I get my hands on the book right now if I
Yeah, I
wanted to
mean, yo,
purchase?
you could type in my name, my real name, Gerard Williams, on in Amazon, and the book will come right up. Or you could just Game Time. That's the name of the book. But if you type in my name, it'll come up as the author, and the book is available right now. So go on to Amazon, pick it up. Let's get it.
I'm going to support, brother. Make sure y'all go on Amazon, support the brother book. I'm going to support that today. I'm going to cop. You heard? Once again, man, thank you for sitting down with me, man. It's a blessing, man. And you just a dope individual, brother. Don't stop, bro. Keep on going where you going, bro, because you don't have no ceiling. The sky ain't the limit,
That's what I'm
brother.
talking about, son. We out here, so let's get it. So I'm gonna catch up with you, man. The game
Let's
heads
leave
all
that.
day, baby. Let's get it. One love and God bless.
You heard your boy Corey Season, man. I'm checking out with the hip hop gamer, man. We gone. Believe that. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all subscribe. Boom.
I much rather get my dollars, roll up a lot of, exhale all my problems, inhale what I'm supposed to keep. I know they watching, so I'm plotting, ain't stopping, switch the topic. Y'all look.